Hey everybody, it's Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor. Are you willing to take action to fight for your retail business? Tomorrow, I am doing a live webinar sponsored by Podium at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's going to be called Three Tips for Adapting to New Customer Expectations. One of the things that I enjoyed reading their new report that they have on business expectations and customer expectations is that 53% of businesses said that their communication is old-fashioned. And yet 42% said they're not going to do anything to change it in the next year. Let that sink in for a minute. In the time of COVID, when everyone's saying you got to go digital, you got to find a way to connect with customers in a new way, nah, I don't think so. Look, the days of waiting around for a customer to come in and hope that they're going to have what you have and it's going to be in stock and that they're going to just put up with it are gone. You've got to do a better job, whatever that is. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. I don't care if you're in the restaurant business, you're in the retail business. We've all got to do better. And it's a great time for opportunity because there's an awful lot of tools that are out there that don't even cost you anything. And so here's what you're going to learn in this 30-minute webinar is the mismatch between customer expectations and businesses. And they're pretty far off. And that's the opportunity, right? So if we know what they want and we know what we're providing, then how do we bridge that? That's going to be important. And how to meet the needs of these new retail customers because they're not responding the same way that they did before, whether it's they don't want to go out or they've just discovered new ways and you need to be there. And then ultimately how to reduce friction from them so that they can make a purchase even easier. Now, look, if something comes up, as long as you register today, we'll send you the link. You can watch at your leisure. And at the end, I'll even reward you for taking action on what I've shared. And that's called accountability. And again, I can't tell you about that, but just stay around to the end. And I think you're going to be pretty impressed that if you just do a few things I'm telling you about and hold yourself accountable, you're going to be able to be rewarded. How often is that? And let's be honest here. I see the stats from people who go to a registration page and then they don't go forward. And I'm curious, is that because you don't want to do more business or because you're not interested in learning how to market to new customers? Or maybe it's just that you're afraid of change. And if that's the case, it kind of reminds me of my one of my first clients, Mike, who was a little coffee roaster in California. And that's the story that really made my name really big in the New York Times and some other things. But I had identified the needs. I'd given him a proposal and I said, so Mike, all I need to do is to sign it. When I handed it to him, he's like, oh, I've got an order coming in. I'll sign it and get back to you. Okay, great. So 10 days later, I come back to the store and I said, so Mike, are we going forward? He goes, oh, I'm really busy right now. Let's talk later. The third time I came in, I just walked up to him. I think he was in the middle of, he just finished a sale. And before he could jump on the phone or something, I said, Mike, I'm not coming back. And he said, this reminds me of a story. And that is so Mike. He goes, the story about a guy, he's in a little town and there's a big rainstorm, right? And it's so much rain, it floods the first floor of his house and the house kind of breaks off on the moorings and it's going down the river. And this couple in a canoe, are going on the side. He's up on the roof and they go, jump in, we'll save you. And he goes, no, God will provide. And then a guy comes up in a houseboat and he's like, hey, jump in. And he's like, no, God will provide. And then, of course, the third a speedboat comes up and they say, hey, dude, come down. We'll save you. There's a big waterfall coming up. And he's like, no, God will provide. I'll be fine. And he ends up, as the house is breaking up and going over the waterfall, he screams out, why did you forsake me, God? And he said, who do you think sent the boats? Sometimes we've got to let go of who we've been to allow something that's better to take shape. But I don't have all the answers, but I'm just telling you that I intend to share with you some new ideas that I think you can use and that you can actually grow your business. And then you can tell me how much you appreciated it. But you're not going to know any of that unless you just register for the webinar. So there you go. It's my quick little video here today. I hope you're going to join me. I'm only going to do this once. I'm not planning to, make it available afterwards. So if you register, great. The registration link is at the top of this post, and I'll post it again probably later today. Again, reminder, it's at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, August the 18th, Eastern Time. And then I want to hear your success stories. So that's really it. That was my message today. And let's just make sure that we are doing everything we can to hold on to business because there's a lot of opportunity out there, but we got to be willing to let go of the past and say, wow, what new is out there, and be excited about that. And that's what I want to share with you. So it's Retail Doc out. I see you tomorrow. Thanks. Don't forget to register.